Hello and welcome back to my channel, Crafty Concepts with Erin. Close to my heart has asked me to share a project from their new Everyday Moments collection. If you haven't checked it out, this is a gorgeous collection of projects and there's something for everyone. There's card making projects, scrapbooking projects, and what's so fun about these collections is that you can use them as is or reimagine them into something completely new. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing this Make-A-Wish scrapbook layout. This is a 6x8 layout, so afterwards I'm going to show you how to reimagine it into something totally new. So from the design space using my Cricut Explore Air 2, I've gone ahead and cut out all the pieces. Now I'm going to flip this over. I have a little section of my all-purpose mat and I'm using liquid glue and I'm just very lightly applying a quick layer to the back side so I can go ahead and adhere the colored cardstock down into place. I'm just going to put my glue in little sections at a time because I don't want it to dry before I can get it into place. I'm going to be alternating the colors here, and the cardstock is two-toned with a light and a dark, and so I want to make sure that I'm getting all of the right color sides showing. So hopefully that makes sense. When I pulled these off of my Cricut cutting mat, I probably should have separated them into which side was what, but it's easy enough to figure it out. So as you can see, I just apply a little glue and then get these into place. It is very quick and simple. You can put these layouts together in no time. I didn't make any changes to the original design except changing the suggested colors. After gluing all of the pieces into place, I'm going to use my tape runner so I can tack this down to my sheet of Bluebird cardstock here. And wouldn't you know it, I got an ink smudge on it. That's okay, my photo's going to cover the majority of that, and we can always put some embellishments to cover whatever the photo doesn't. Not a big deal. The funny thing is I'm not even stamping right now. I have no idea where that ink smudge came from. So as you can see, I'm using the liquid glue and I'm adhering the pieces to my layered cupcake image here. And I'm gonna put my photo down first so I can layer the cupcake over the corner of my picture. There is a cute little candle that comes with this cupcake image here. I've cut this out in clover green, and then we have our little flame here. Now, to dress up my cupcake, I have the Stickles in the Waterfall color, and I'm just going to put dots, and these are like little glittery raised dots that will dry and just be this really neat, layer of sprinkles on my cupcake image here. I love that you can customize these projects. You can switch up the colors. You can add pattern paper. There's so many things you can do to make it fit whatever photos you may be scrapbooking that day. So you saw how fast this project came together and it looks really fun. I love the little Stickles glitter drops on the cupcake there. And I went ahead and added some sequins to camouflage that remaining ink smear that my photo didn't cover, and no one will ever know. Voila, it is done. So I am more of a 12 by 12 scrapbooker, so I want to show you how simple it was to convert this into a 12 by 12 layout. The main photo will now accommodate a 4x6 picture, and then I've added two 2.5-inch square photos on the side there. I've added the balloons from the Celebrate collection to fit on this layout. Since I showed you in the last project how to adhere all this down, we're going to skip over most of this. I just want to highlight the fact that I have used pattern paper this time instead of solid cardstock. This is from the These Are My People special, and this is mainly pink and blue, but when you flip it over for the other side, you'll see that I'm still using the greens and yellows to coordinate with my son's birthday photo. That pattern paper is super fun and it's going to add a lot of character to this layout. I've adhered everything down to a piece of Sapphire cardstock, and then we're going to use more pattern paper as my base page. But before I go any farther, I want to get my cupcake put together. I have cut several of the pieces, and then you see a piece of acetate I'm showing you there, and we're going to make a shaker element for our page. So this is very easy to do in the design space. I just duplicated this portion of the cupcake, and I'm going to layer them all together so that it gives some height to contain our sequins that we're going to put inside of the shaker element there. So this is our first layer, and then I'm going to apply 2 more. Using the liquid glue gives you plenty of time to wiggle everything in place and make sure it's all lined up. I am being very careful to go around all of the edges so that, I want it to be 100% adhered so my sequins doesn't escape. So now we're ready to add our little sequins here. I am using my silver stars. These are very tiny and they'll just look like fun little star sprinkles on our cupcake. I'm just distributing that in each section of my cupcake topper. Put the extra back in the bag, and now I'm just going to use my scissors to make sure there's none sticking on the top of my cupcake. Just scrape them down, get them where they belong, and then we can apply more glue and then put the acetate on top of this, just like so. Shaker elements are so fun. Everybody loves a shaker card, but they can be really fun on a layout as well. So why not? We've applied our acetate, and now I'm applying my final layer of my cupcake to finish everything off and wiggle it into place there. And there you go. We have our cute little shaker cupcake. How fun is that? I love it. So we're ready to move on with our project. I'm just going to get this tacked down into place, and then we can do the fun part, the embellishing. I have this cute picture of my son, and he's blowing out the candles on his cake, so it was perfect for this title, Make a Wish. I feel like that photo needs just a little something, so I'm bringing out my bag of stitched rectangle frames, and I definitely like the yellow, so I'm going to offset that around my photo, and that'll help just kind of give it some more presence. I like the layering that it adds, and plus I get to use up my stitched frames. Setting it on an angle just kind of adds to the fun and just gives this layout a little bit more interest. We'll layer our cupcake shaker over the bottom corner, and now I'm just sanding my candle just a bit, and we'll tuck that little guy in there and put the flame on top. And now I'm ready to add my little pictures on the side here. This was my son's birthday party from a few years ago, and it's in July, so it was a nice fun summery party. So they're in the pool there. These balloons I pulled over from the Celebrate layout, also in this collection, and I did have to scale them down to fit my layout, which was very simple to do. I just shrunk them down in the design space. And now I'm thinking this layout needs just something a little more, so I'm going to pull in my sticker sheet from the These Are My People collection and add just a few word stickers around my photo. And also, this is a border strip. I thought this would be a fun little pop of yellow down in the corner. And then this is the branding strip off of the top of one of the pattern papers. So we'll just get these clustered together in the lower right-hand corner. There's more stickers on the sheets. I thought it'd be fun to put some on the left side. These say making memories, and then the other ones say fun together. So it could say making fun memories together. You see me using my anti-static pouch, and that's just to take the adhesive off because I wasn't 100% sure I wanted them over there, but I did decide they look good, and so I committed to a final spot. And now I'm using a little craft foam to pop up these smaller photos here and getting these tucked into place like so. And now I'm ready to add a little tag. I just punched that from a piece of the Sapphire cardstock, and I'm going to use that area to write the date. Now we're going to layer up our balloons. I love that we have the layers here on that center balloon with the darker color peeking through the pattern paper on top. That's just really fun. And we'll get these guys into place. I'm going to use a foam adhesive square to pop up the center balloon, just to give it a little layering over the other two in the background. I'm going to put 2 on there because why not? And get this guy into place. There you go. It also cuts these very tiny, intricate little tassels that go on the bottom of the balloon, like the little tie area. So I'm using my tweezers just to tack those into place there. And there was a third one, but it seems to have wandered off of my desk. So this layout was very, very easy to convert to a 12 by 12 layout. I just resized the original 6 by 8 into an 11.5 by 8.5. And then when we put it on a 12 by 12 background, add more photos and some embellishments, it makes a perfect 12 by 12 layout. Very easy to convert. You can even create a companion page if you have more photos that you want to record for your event. So now you see me just adding a little clear shimmer brush to that candle to give it a little sparkle and shine. And I decided that this little balloon over on the right was solid cardstock and it needed a little something something, so I applied some shimmer to it as well. So here's the finished layout. I love this fun shaker element there, and I think this came together really nicely. I love all the fun elements, these balloons. Look, you can see the sparkle and shine there. And the pattern paper, like I said, just brought a lot of life and character to this layout. I want to show you that you can also make a really quick card. So I left the cupcake the same size as, originally designed. So I just separated that off and then shrunk the rest of it down to a 4.25 by 5.5 card. And then we put the cupcake in this front and center there. And now you have a really fun birthday card. So you can see just how versatile these projects are. They're really quick to come together, but they're easy enough to change and customize to suit your needs. I'll bring the original back in. So there is the 6 by 8 design that is perfect for mini albums. Like I said, I like to make mini albums as gifts. We have the 12 by 12 layout, and then again, this fun Make-A-Wish happy birthday shaker card. I switched up the colors on the card just to give you some more ideas. I hope this has inspired you to get those cutting machines out and dust them off and get creating. For more ideas featuring the Cricut collections, you're going to want to watch this video here. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.